At least 15 people have been killed after a massive fire broke out in Mumbai's Lower Parel area. A massive fire broke out in the Kamala Mills Compound, a busy commercial complex in Mumbai's Lower Parel area. The fire broke out at midnight at one of the pubs in the Kamala Mills Compound, which is a busy commercial complex in Lower Parel. The blaze spread to nearby buildings. Mumbai police has now lodged an FIR against the manager of the restaurant. The President of India, Ramnath Kovind, has condoled the death of 15 people in the incident. Several people have been injured. Reports say 2 of the injured were reportedly taken to LTMG Sion Hospital, while the rest were rushed to KEM Hospital in Parel.
देखो लापरवाही किसने परमिशन दिया इसको? हेल्थ लाइसेंस किसने दिया? बिल्डिंग एंड फैक्ट्री का लाइसेंस किसने दिया? इस सब का इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए ना। कंसर्न अथॉरिटी है, लापरवाही उनका है। ये सबको कानूनी परमिशन दिया गया था, किसने दिया? उसका तो इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए।
Here is a report sent by our Mumbai correspondent Ankur Tyagi.
Exactly, we are on the spot where the fire caught. It was the 12:35 on the night of Thursday when the fire caught on the rooftop. As we can see right now, this is the very much building where the rooftop restaurant was going on, and the 12:35 was the time when, as per the sources of fire brigade, the fire caught by short circuit, and when it was going to spread around the area, the exit door was choked, and that was a basic reason behind the so much casualties happened. And right now the status of the casualties is around 15, and mostly there are ladies who are in the casualties. The number of the casualties around 15.
Joining me on the broadcast is Shubha Arora. She was an eyewitness present at the time of this massive fire in Mumbai. Good morning, Shubha. What can you tell us about this massive fire?
Hi, good morning. I was there with a friend of mine for dinner at 1 about when the fire started. We were just finishing our dinner and paying the bill. We saw a very small fire in one corner. The place was really packed last night. It was quite crowded, and it has a very narrow entrance. So when the fire started, it was really small, and we thought that it would be put off. But by the time I just finished paying my bill, within a matter of seconds, it was the whole roof that had caught fire. There was immediate panic. Everyone started to rush towards that one narrow exit, and it was a kind of stampede that ensued, and a lot of people fell. Somebody pushed me. I fell as well. And I was not being able to get up. I looked up, and all the flames were just coming down. My friend who was with me helped me to get up, and luckily we ran towards the indoor area of the restaurant, which was connected to the kitchen. And the kitchen staff was very helpful. They ushered us through the kitchen. They kept reassuring us, there is an exit, please go from here. We tried to run through the kitchen, and nobody even knew where the fire exits were, where the staircase was. We managed to find an area to come outside. There was a lot of crowd there, a lot of commotion, because some people were trying to rush back in. I guess they had lost their friends or relatives that they were looking for. And by the time we managed to start running down the stairs, the fire had engulfed the entire restaurant. And we just, in a few minutes, managed to come out. By the time we came out, we realized that I think almost the whole building was up in flames, probably. We managed to get out. We were quite shaken and traumatized, but not majorly injured.
Right.
I guess a lot of other people were not so lucky, because as we came out, we saw some people coming out with a lot of burns and being rushed. The ambulance was already there. The fire engines had started coming. And later on, as we started to track the news, we learnt of how many people were seriously injured and how many people didn't make it out alive. And I'm just praying for them now.
Right. And Sulba, also, was it a packed house last night at the restaurant? And also, were there enough firefighting arrangements there? Were the restaurant staff, did they manage to engage in some kind of firefighting using their own equipment?
By the time I was there until I came out, no, it did not seem so. We didn't see any fire extinguishers being used. Anyway, the fire was too massive to be contained by fire extinguishers. The staff was very helpful in getting us out. They all just stood there and they didn't try to run away first. They tried to make sure that the customers got out okay. But no, I don't think that there was any firefighting equipment, or even if there was, it was not being utilized in all that chaos.
Right. And tell us a little more about, the kind of scene you witnessed there. I'm sure it must have led to a huge panic there and probably a stampede-like situation.
Yes, it was kind of a stampede because, as I mentioned, there was only one narrow entry into the place. It was a small passage that leads into the restaurant area. And I think everybody tried to squeeze their way out of there. Everyone was falling over each other, pushing each other. Somebody pushed me as well. And, in the panic, there were people almost running over me. We can't really blame them because everybody gets into a panic mode when something like this happens. You are out there to enjoy your evening. The last thing you expect is something so tragic. And what really shocked us was how huge the fire was. It was enormous. And we just felt like we were all going to get roasted alive inside. There was fire all around us. The ceiling was collapsing over our heads. It was all in flames. So the friend I was with, he had already gone ahead, but he saw me. I had fallen. So he came back in to help me get up. Otherwise, I don't think that even I would have managed to come out of that place.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sulba Arora, for joining us with those updates. Dr. Sulba Arora was one of the eyewitnesses who was present at the time this massive fire tragedy happened in a Mumbai restaurant.